As adults, I think we get into the habit of expecting ourselves as well as others to have everything all figured out, not to make mistakes, not to have errors, not to be forgetful, not to have other things going on that compromise our perspective and our focus that can inevitably cause us to be a human about things, which leads to all of those things, causing us to be confused, causing us to be forgetful, causing us to have a lot of things going on, not put into the frame of reference, oh yes, I have a lot going on. Let me be wise about that. Let me know that potentially because I have a lot going on, I could be forgetful. I could be making mistakes. I could need help and support and a reminder for certain things. So this morning while I was getting ready for my client call, I went to find my coffee that I had before I got in the shower and I couldn't find it. I looked in all of the known places that I typically look where I would leave things and it was not there. So I just resigned myself to the fact that perhaps I put it in the dishwasher and I need to move on, get a new cup of coffee so I can go about continuing my day. However, when I went to look in the microwave to reheat the cup of coffee that I was going to now pour for myself, where was the coffee cup? It was in the microwave. I think perhaps maybe I was planning ahead that, oh yes, you'll need to reheat this. And because of that, I forgot, poured a whole extra cup and, you know, was a human about things. So just want to come into this space and share that sometimes I think when we grow up, we expect each other to have all of our shit together and forget and rob ourselves and each other of our humanity. In other ways that I think this happens is in our professional aspects, in our professional fields. We approach the experts, a doctor, a lawyer, a coach, a therapist, a cashier, an administrative assistant, a telemarketer, a customer service representative with the full expectation that they are going to be able to answer any questions that we have and give us the utmost masterful, finite, perfect answer that we're looking for. Not taking into consideration that we're all just humans that are specializing in a field and or practicing a field. And therefore, because not only do we evolve, information evolves, the availability of information that we have accessible about any given field or any given circumstance will also evolve too. And so we make an intolerance for ourselves to not have the information we seek, not to be perfect, and not to have the perception that we can provide that perfection that maybe we even aspire to in our own excellence, as well as holding others to that criteria and that standard as well. So my whole point of sharing this with yourself and myself as a reminder, I'm sharing it, putting it out into the universe. Shannon, remember, you're not going to have everything all figured out. Shannon, remember, sometimes you are going to have a lot on your plate and you need to remember that that can impact you in certain ways. And Shannon, remember, you do not know everything. It is not realistic and it is not reasonable to my level of standard that other people are going to know everything either. I think it's time we let ourselves be human about things, take a load off, find the credible information where it is accessible, allow ourselves to bat 1,000 when and where we are, but also recognize that we won't always be perfect. We're not always going to bat 1,000 and we're not going to be able to keep up with the evolution of things all the time. Sometimes we need to allow ourselves the space to learn. We need to allow ourselves the space for error, and we need to allow ourselves the space to realize where we are and have become intolerant to that, not only for ourselves, but how becoming intolerant to that for ourselves also can make us intolerant about that and to that with other people too. So let the air out, let some expectation off, understand what your standards are, but also understand where there could be fluidity and flexibility to allow those things to be a little less tense.